What if I told you that there's a stock out there right now that is not only extremely undervalued, but is also leading the way for a new industry that is poised for some extreme amounts of growth over the coming years? This stock seriously has the potential to make millionaires out of investors. So if that sounds interesting, keep listening. So this is a really cool stock that was actually suggested by a viewer. And after doing some of my own research into this company, I can wholeheartedly say that this is definitely a company that I can easily see growing over the coming years. So I can fully recommend this stock. And the cool thing too is that this is an under the radar company that has a really cheap share price. Okay, so let's get into this. The stock is Burcon Nutrascience, ticker symbol BRCN on the NASDAQ, and ticker symbol BU on the TSE. So before I get into this company, I just want to say that I am definitely biased because I love the concept of both plant and lab-grown foods. So when I heard that there was potentially a company out there that wasn't Beyond Meat or Tattooed Chef, I was pretty eager to check them out to see if Burcon really has what it takes to provide investors with some insane returns. And spoiler alert, they definitely do. So first and foremost, who exactly is Burcon? They are a Canada-based research and development company, and according to their website, they are a global leader in innovative technologies for large-scale production of high-quality, cost-effective, plant-based proteins and ingredients for the use in the global and beverage food industry. So they've basically built out their own unique environmentally friendly and clean label extraction and purification technologies. The company now boasts an extensive portfolio of innovative composition, application, and process patents. So this is awesome. They're clean, they're cost-effective, and claim to offer nothing less than the highest quality plant-based proteins, which is something we've actually seen an increase in demand for worldwide. So that being said, what is the reason that you as an investor should be interested in this stock? And what separates them from other companies out there? Listen to this. They currently have over 290 issued patents and over 215 patent applications. So essentially, Burcon has this huge portfolio of all these process patents covering their novel plant-based proteins, which are derived from peas, canola, soy, hemp, sunflower, and a bunch of others. So they're definitely not lacking in diversity when it comes to the types of proteins they're creating. In 2019, they completed building a 94,000 square foot plant protein production facility in Manitoba, Canada. The facility will produce their pea and canola protein ingredients and will be the only commercial facility globally with the capability to produce food-grade canola proteins. So let's dive into their products a bit more. They have Pizzazz, a pea protein, Puritein, and Supertein canola proteins. And they also have a product called Clarisoy, a soy protein. So like I mentioned, Pizzazz is their pea protein that is primarily used as a dairy alternative product. So Supertein is their canola protein isolate, which is comprised of albumin proteins, and Puritein is also a protein isolate comprised mainly of globulin proteins, which is used in baked goods, protein bars, dressings, sauces, as well as meat substitutes. The functional properties of Puritein include gel formation, thickening, and the formation of heat-stable foams. And lastly, Burcon's Clarisoy is a soy protein that is used primarily as a dairy alternative. And not only does it serve as an alternative to dairy products, but it also contains equivalent amounts of protein to original dairy products, which is cool to see. And honestly, whether or not you like or dislike plant-based foods and proteins, there's no denying that this is going to grow into a massive industry with a huge TAM over the next 5 years, let alone the next decade. So if you're still with me, listen to the next bits of information, as I think this will really help put things into perspective when it comes to this company. Plant-based foods are surging. Plant-based proteins are still in the early adoption phase when it comes to the markets. And there was actually a recent estimate that came out that valued the plant-based protein market at $18.5 billion in 2019. And this number is of course expected to grow at a 14% compound annual growth rate until 2025 to reach around $40 billion. So trust me, there's definitely money to be made in this industry, and it's not showing any signs of slowing down, which is important to understand because I love finding stocks that are not only undervalued, but are also in industries that haven't really taken off yet. And I think it's a combination of these two things that make for some serious gains. Okay, so what else is going on with Burcon that would make someone want to invest? Well, for one, that would be their partnerships. Burcon recently announced a partnership with Nestle to tailor their proteins for use in products by Nestle. And this is huge because Nestle is of course a giant. They generate billions of dollars in sales every year. And just for an example, in 2020 alone, Nestle was able to pull in $80 billion in sales. Honestly, I just see this as a huge win for Burcon. And next, I also want to discuss one of the most important aspects of any company, and that would be their balance sheet. And for those of you guys who only like to invest in companies with solid balance sheets, look no further. For Burcon, their current assets outweigh their current liabilities by a factor of 10, and they only have $33,000 in total debt. So in total, this literally gives the company a current ratio of 10. And you have to realize that any company that has over a 2 in their current ratio is doing exceptional. But a 10? That's insane. I think out of all the companies I've talked about on this channel, this has got to be the strongest balance sheet I've ever seen. So overall, Burcon is a definite buy for me. And I just want to give a special thanks to the viewer who suggested I look into this stock. You know who you are. Burcon is a company that I can easily see 10xing in price over the coming years. So if you're looking for a small cap stock to add to your portfolio for some plant-based food exposure, this is the stock. And that's the video I've got for you guys today. Thanks as always for listening, and I'll see you next time.